Caw-caw! Today I'm showing my wife The Crow for the first time. Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining us again for another video. I'm so excited to show my wife The Crow for the first time. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. I have seen this one I think once before, and one of the reasons that we wanted to watch it now is that they just made a remake of it. I don't know anything about that. I honestly don't even know. Even with Hollywood making a bunch of remakes and sequels and prequels of things, there's almost a sense when it comes to this movie specifically that I feel it's a little off to do a remake of it. Anyway, I'm really excited to sing the original one with Brandon Lee, who's obviously Bruce Lee's son. So Jen, tell me, what do you know about The Crow and how are you feeling going into it?
I really don't know anything about what the actual movie entails. I remember hearing that Brandon Lee died during the filming of this movie. And to be fair, I think that what I have heard from this movie surrounds most of like that event, not so much the movie itself. I'm just really excited to check out the movie, mainly with the mystery surrounding what has happened. I'm wondering if it has something to do with vampires.
Who's to say?
But other than that, it just looks like good time.
I do know this movie had some production troubles, like sets getting caught on fire, and there were a lot of rumors that the production crew or the producers themselves were cutting a lot of corners, and so the whole mishap with the gun firing. So yeah, just sad and like unnecessary. I think after that happened as well, they started making a lot more safety procedures on sets. And I know it's weird to kind of talk about this in light of the recent Alec Baldwin stuff with that movie Rust, where the cinematographer, I believe, was killed. So just horrible, like it's awful. I think actually at the time, Paramount scrapped the movie, which had been mostly done, and then through a series of a different production company buying it and then doing some doubles and some CG stuff, this was 1994, they were able to complete it, and I think Paramount reacquired it back in like 2020 or something like that. Anyway, we're going into a lot of like meta stuff. As far as the movie itself, I think that you will enjoy this one. I'm overdue for a rewatch. I think it's gonna be a good time. But before we get into it, we can't forget the comment of the day. Today's comment of the day comes from when we did The Dark Knight. This comment says, Heath Ledger got his inspiration for the Joker from Brandon Lee's The Crow. I thought that seemed pretty obvious at front, like when it's pointed out, I was like, yeah, I guess there are a lot of similarities. But I looked into that and I couldn't find any primary sources that confirmed that, other than just they look similar to us as the audience. I'm not saying that's not true, just that when I tried digging deeper into that claim, I couldn't really find anything of substance, like Heath Ledger saying that, his producer saying that, any interviews from anybody that worked on that said that as well, but people were just pointing out there were a lot of similarities. So I'm not saying he's wrong, I just don't know. So let me know if you know of any primary sources that might confirm that. But I'm not done yet because I got one more comment of the day. This comment of the day comes from when my wife and I did Justice League War for the first time. This one says, Hi Holden and Jen. Hi. I loved your reaction to Dune Part 2. I would love to see you guys react to Shogun. I still really want to do that one. Or The Crow before the reboot is foisted on us. Well, today is that lucky day. I've kind of alluding to it at the beginning. I don't really have a whole lot of interest in watching the reboot or the remake of The Crow. And normally I'm pretty like, hey, I'll kind of give everything a shot, even if it's not as good. And I really don't know. I almost view it in bad taste, to be honest. I'm not giving it its just due. If you have seen the rewatch at this point, because by the time this is posted, that'll be out, let us know. Maybe I do need to give it a fairer shake. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. The Crow. Don't forget to check out Patreon. You can watch videos like this one early and ad-free until it's posted, and you can watch the full-length reaction with us over there too. We're watching this on Paramount Plus because we have a subscription to that, of course. You'll just need your own copy to sync up with us to watch the full length, because it is illegal for me to display the entire movie for free or to make profit from it. Anyways. Devil's Night.
Giving me like Gotham vibes.
Yeah, it feels a lot kind of like Tim Burton stuff. I know they use miniatures for some of this opening.
People once believed that when someone dies, a crow carries their soul to the land of the dead. Then sometimes, a crow could bring that soul back to put the wrong things right.
Hey, Sarge. Who the fuck gets married on Halloween anyhow?
143 fires.
They're slacking off from last year.
Yeah, was this the victim? No, it's Amelia Earhart. We found it, detective, and you missed it.
I love Amelia Earhart.
I can see why they took away your gold sheet.
Yeah, I wasn't a big enough asshole. Come on, let's go.
Was she shot or stabbed?
I don't think they've said yet.
Your sister, she's gonna be okay.
She's not my sister. You lied to her about Eric,
Look, I had to.
and you're lying to me about Shelley. Sometimes, two people who are meant to be together, nothing can keep them apart.
That's how I feel about you, baby.
Yeah. Samesies. Ditto.
Oh no, Shelley.
Shelley. That's about right. That's weird. You guys ever watched an anime called Hibine Renmei? I think these are actually ravens, not crows.
Mickey, come on, man. You gotta put the mustard underneath first. How about some onions?
Oh yeah.
Don't keep on them. Lots of onions.
Oh, it's
There's
like myrrh.
me.
No onions, though, okay?
There's my husband.
There I am.
Our house is divided. Me and Savannah like onions, and you and Fox do not like onions at all. So Hero's gonna be the tiebreaker. Oh no.
All like 80s and 90s thugs are all kind of the
Yeah.
same. Little warehouse breaking things. I love that gothic style.
Oh my gosh. Does this involve like zombies?
I suppose.
You didn't tell me you were gonna watch The Walking Dead. That's not.
Well, she said in the beginning that a crow could bring somebody back sometimes. Oh, he's got to smell like raw crow.
Oh, I thought they meant like the spirit. I didn't know he was actually gonna come like crawling out of his grave.
Oh, what a great shot that is.
Oh, poor guy. Yeah, all the thugs are like really immature.
Yeah, Alex, we busted their machine. I think like the bad guys in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which you still have to see, by the way.
Oh no.
Brandon is cut.
I know, right?
Brandon's got them traps. Brandon was down there working.
I really have to read up on like the actual accident that happened on set.
There's probably going to be a Netflix documentary soon.
I love Netflix documentaries. Gotta get him a jacket though.
We can tell this was based on a comic book.
Gabriel.
Place looks fine to me. Let's redecorate. How lovely. It's pornography.
This is terrible.
No. Me first.
Oh, nice.
Oh. Ooh, these guys are in trouble.
I know the guy who actually shot him really never got over it or forgave himself.
This shit ain't even loaded, man. This one is.
Oh boy. Alright.
Eating that roach.
Say that again.
I love you. Wow, you look great.
Reminds me of The Room. You are my rose.
Hear me out. This is a little bit like Catwoman's story. She's killed. She comes back, gets a nice leather outfit.
I'm irritated by how accurate that is. I'm trying to refute you. Well, maybe in the resurrection sense, but storyline sense, it's still very different.
How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Because she tries to stop a makeup from hitting the market, and he's trying to get revenge. But yeah, the circumstances are very similar to the return.
I'm wondering if he's just brought back what she said in the beginning to like make it right. Or he's just now like invincible.
Guess we'll have to find out. It's cool. He's like looking through the crow's eyes. Mm-hmm. And do that in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Whoa.
Oh boy.
Where is he from? Where do I recognize him from?
Is there a purpose to his face? He doesn't want them to recognize him, or is it just...
It looked like he was remembering the mask, you know, when he was messing around with his wife.
Copy, okay.
It's like a sentimental thing.
A man and woman in law a year ago.
On Halloween.
Yeah. Some dude, some bitch, whatever, man. Her name was Shelley.
Uh-oh.
She loved it.
Jeez.
Let me tell you about this. It's fun. It's easy. Try hard.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Aren't we all? Boom.
Oh, he's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, that's that Candyman?
Final Destination, too.
He's in a bunch of stuff also.
Dad gave me this. He said, childhood's over the moment you know you're gonna die. I think we broke her.
I love her eyes. Pretty.
Jeez.
So we have like a couple just killing people, because he wasn't with the original group.
I didn't see him there, no.
He seems to have a different vibe anyways.
Sick trick.
So, I guess you're not gonna be home till a lot later.
She's busy. Go play with your dolls or something, okay?
I don't have any dolls. Somebody already bought me dinner. The police.
The police.
Is that supposed to be her mom?
I'm guessing so, yeah.
Very depressing.
It's been minutes since I've seen it as well.
Piss off! We're closed!
He was just like standing outside the door.
Goddamn creatures in the night. They never learn. Hey!
Someone gently rapping at my chamber door. I'm looking for something in an engagement ring.
You're looking for a coroner.
Oh boy.
Mr. Gideon.
Who?
I'm not paying attention.
Pawned here a year ago by a customer of yours named Tintin.
Cheese and crackers.
Who's this sack of shit?
The hell do you call that?
I call it blood, detective.
I suppose you write it up as graffiti.
Beautiful. I don't believe it.
What?
Looking at your ring.
Now you're gonna tell me where to find the rest of him?
Fun boy, he lives there upstairs, all right?
Fun boy. Your job will be to tell the rest of them that death is coming for them.
Walk out of here, straight face, you motherfucker!
Is that gasoline I smell?
Oh crap.
More gasoline than I realized.
Police, don't move.
Oh
I
boy.
said don't move. I said don't move, Snow White. You move, you're dead.
I say I'm dead, and I move.
I'm serious.
Then shoot, Officer Albrecht.
What are you, nuts?
Do you remember Shelley Webster?
Webster is dead, my friend. You're the guy that murdered Tintin.
He was already dead the moment he touched her. They're all dead. They just don't know it yet.
This does have a very Gotham feel to it.
Oh yeah.
I shows up looking like a mime from hell and you losing around.
Mime from hell.
Here's about this guy.
Didn't that guy play a vampire in something?
So they're into cocaine and stealing women's eyeballs.
Seeing is believing, isn't it? Ought to have an introspective moment of silence for poor old Tintin.
Go, you creep! Yeah. What are you supposed to be, a clown or something?
Sometimes.
It's more like surfing and skating. I wish the rain would stop just once.
Can't rain all the time.
Eric?
You can get high and watch this whole city burn.
Here, fun boy. It's time for you to take your bird and leave, Frico. Take your shot, fun boy. You got me, dead bang. Look what you've done to my You have to see me. Mother is the name for God on the lips and hearts of all children. Morphine is bad for you.
Oh my God.
Your daughter is out there on the streets waiting for you.
That was interesting. So he removed the drugs from her body?
Yeah.
Get my friend here a glass of blood.
Still wearing that hat, though.
Freeze! You died. You got buried.
You still have your hat on.
Are you some kind of ghost? Boo. Shelley Webster held on for 30 hours in intensive care, and the body finally just gave it up. I saw it, man. I couldn't do jack for her.
I saw her through your eyes. You stayed with her the whole time. Is your wife?
Not anymore. We're getting a divorce.
It's funny.
That was gonna be like, you need to stop smoking these.
You shouldn't smoke.
As he takes a hit.
They'll kill you.
He winked at me before he jumped out a fourth-floor window like he had wings.
He winked at you. My livelihood got flushed away and went swirling. You had lost everything. Maybe you're not such a big shotty.
Say hello to the last fellow who wouldn't cooperate with me.
What do you tell me? You tell me this thing is real? You know, you're directly out of your fucking.
Oh, that's cool.
Who installs this for this guy?
Most important things.
Some guy up in Oregon.
It's supposed to be your sister.
Let's take it from
His father's daughter?
a lot of detail.
Yeah, his sister.
This bird man, he just happened to let you live, huh? Give me that thing.
Talk about your pain in the neck.
That's good.
You again. You lost or hungry?
Made Tintin into a fucking voodoo doll.
Tintin is a dick.
All right. Uh-oh.
What are you supposed to be?
I'm your passenger.
My dark passenger.
Drive.
Tonight's the night.
Oh!
Stupid ass hair! You hit my car!
Guess it was a different time. Guy got hit, possibly internal bleeding. He's like, you stupid idiot.
Faster.
Got that cream.
They're not even on like the interstate or anything. They're just in the city.
With like no cars.
Police are littering. Oh.
You got something personal, amigo. We can work it out, right? Yeah, I remember her. We needed to put some fear into that little lady. She's sweating. I know you. You can't be you. We put you through the window. There ain't no coming back.
Oh, jeez.
He really loves his friend. Oof.
Elaborate.
Yeah, it's a pretty sick explosion. Sick trip. Reminds me of Daredevil.
And he's actually pretty talented to do that.
Yeah. I always love him in like Daredevil and Batman and this. Like they always cut out them like setting it up.
Yeah.
You know that took a minute. My boyfriend's dead. So I guess.
Oh, is she actually being a mom?
Someone kind of woke me up. Who? You're acting weird.
His name's T-Bird. Arson was his
Bad night right there.
He should have zagged.
He zigged when he should have zagged.
I got a goddamn vigilante killer knocking off scumbags left and right, and you're covering up for somebody. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your suspension.
Suspension? For what?
Right?
Better be suspension with pay, though.
Gabriel.
Wait, that cat survived?
Like feral.
It's a pretty clean cat, though.
I knew it was you. Come on, Eric, I know you're here. I thought you cared.
Do care.
That might not have been Brandon Lee there, I'm not sure.
T-Bird! Oh, T-Bird!
Poor guy has just had a long night.
What grave? What about my fucking... You came in here, ways them both, and now this goat gonna kill my ass next!
So dramatic.
It's gonna kill my ass next.
When someone's dead, they can't come back, can they?
I'm assuming this wasn't him.
I don't know. I'm guessing anytime they don't show his face like that or he's silhouetted, it's like an inconsequential scene too. Like he was just like playing guitar on a roof for a couple minutes.
Our friend T-Bird won't be joining us this evening on account of a slight case of death. Want to sit down? Oh, we throw a little party, start a bunch of fires.
Greed is for amateurs. Anarchy. Now that's fun.
I want you to set a fire so goddamn big the gods will notice us again. That's what I'm saying.
Gentlemen!
Ooh, hee-ha.
Let me go!
I just want him.
Well, you can have him. Already boring the shit out of me.
Kill him!
Oh my gosh.
He's gone.
Jeez.
Oh.
You're all going to die.
Not a good day to be a bad guy, huh, Skank?
What a skank. Skank's dead.
Ugh.
Stop immediately. Lie down and spread your arms.
Come on! Move it!
Oh, jeez.
Man.
I knew you were gonna do that.
The upholstery is just ruined.
I know.
So that, I take it, is the late, great Eric Draven.
I like him already.
The crow is his link.
So kill the crow and destroy the man.
You're gonna say I shouldn't be in a cemetery in the middle of the night, right?
Safest place in the world to be. I gave this to Shelley once. This way you'll always remember her.
I'll never take it off. Bye.
Some sort of souvenir there from your pal.
Her eyes are so innocent.
Oh boy.
Oh no, did they kill him?
Who's to say?
Call, bang, fuck, I'm dead!
Give me the girl.
Well, why don't you just give me a minute to think about that, huh? Nah, fuck it.
you bleed just fine.
It's still alive.
Oh, Ernie.
Oh.
Candyman.
Stay in front. When they run out of ammo, I'll arrest them.
That sounds like a great plan. Just one problem.
I thought, you were invincible.
I was. I'm not anymore.
Now is not the time.
Ernie.
Oh no.
I think I messed up.
This is all the power you ever had.
Oh! Oh, it took her eyes.
Oh.
That's poetic.
That's very.
Let her go!
Very poor choice of words.
All right.
No!
So the crow was alive.
Yeah.
So why did he lose?
Yeah, unclear. I guess if the crow gets hurt, he also is. Then he loses his invulnerability. But if the crow dies, I guess he dies. Diego de la Vega and Captain Love up here.
Oh.
Wouldn't be the first time he was stabbed in the back.
What happened back there with you and your girlfriend? Hell, nothing in this town happens without my say-so. If it's any consolation to you, you have put a smile on my face.
30 hours of pain, all at once.
Oh, what a way to go.
What you kept in here saved me. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Stay with him until help comes.
Eric?
Does that a lot.
Shelley.
Well, he got stabbed from behind, and he's not dead yet, so.
At least it stopped raining, huh?
Can't rain all the time.
No, get him out of here.
Man's like fighting for his life.
Thanks. The way to have them live on is to never stop loving them.
Oh. All right, just finished watching The Crow. I really enjoy this one. I'm so glad that it was a rewatch for me. I've only seen it once and it was a while ago. I really like the story a lot. Jen pointed out that the resurrection of Eric Draven was annoyingly similar to Catwoman, though this one did come first.
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
So there is that. Then again, I don't know if the Catwoman movie was based on the original origin of...
That's why I'm here.
I don't know. Maybe I'll let you guys answer that in the comments.
They are still coming through.
It's such a shame what happened to Brandon Lee, especially after watching this movie. And I think it was really before he hit like high levels of fame. So who knows what his life trajectory would have looked like if that hadn't happened. But Jen, I'd love to know your thoughts, especially having seen this for the first time now.
I really enjoyed the movie. I thought that the overall feel of the city, the story, the characters, really dark, very solemn, very Gotham-like. It reminded me also of Batman, kind of like leaving the calling card, the Crow, or a cross between Batman and the Joker. And so I could see some similarities with some of the movies we have seen previously. I really liked Eric's character. I was a little concerned in the beginning. I feel like in a situation where we have a character that has lost a loved one and they're exacting revenge, I get worried about how that comes through in the movie. For instance, with the Crow, I don't know how else to put it except for he was very chatty. And so in some movies where we have kind of a similar setting, they're more on the quiet side. They don't have many lines. Most of the feeling of the characters evoked through like their actions, but Eric was very like, he wanted to make it a point to let those characters that he was exacting revenge on to know exactly why he's doing this. And so in the beginning, I was a little concerned about that. I didn't feel like it really matched up with his character, but as the movie went on, I kind of warmed up to him a little bit. I think it was more what I was expecting, but it ended up working out. I really liked him. Very dark, very gothic. Like I said, it really felt like a cross between Batman and the Joker, which was a lot of fun for me. Loved Albrecht. He really was like his partner in some ways. Sarah was sweet. She was very cute, very smart, but I don't know how much of her story was necessary for this movie. It's one of those situations where, yeah, it's cute that they had like a bond, but if you took her out of the movie, I don't know how different it would be. To me, it felt a little bit forced. Like they were just trying to add in more characters that Eric had like a relationship with to really hit home that he was like a good, caring guy. But I don't think that we needed Sarah in order to highlight that. So I don't know how I feel about that. There were times where I was just like, all right. But I loved Albrecht. I love him being thrown into this. Kind of the same thing with, I don't even know what their situation was, but Mr. Vampire Guy and his girlfriend that liked eyeballs. Really do not know what that was about. I was a little disappointed that they didn't explain that a little more. Maybe it was just like, she's a freak. Like, what's with the eyeballs? So I don't know how much that was necessary for the storyline. I think we would have been fine with just the group of thugs that actually committed this horrible act. It was fun to watch. It was emotional. It was dark. It was gritty. Eric's first scene where he's like really getting into the character, a whole thing of drool just falls from his mouth. And to me, that really showed that high level of acting. I thought that he was fantastic. Visually, I thought it was cool. I loved seeing the point of view from the actual crow. The sets or the props I thought looked really sad. And so this entire movie just made me sad. And so I think that they did a very good job of hitting that feeling. Definitely loved the movie. I would be curious about seeing, I don't know if it's a remake. Is it a remake?
Yeah.
Or okay. So we're talking the same storyline, just different actors.
Yeah.
I would want to see it just to compare to this, but I thought this was a fun, not a fun movie, but this was I'm glad that I saw this movie. It really was a treat.
What would you rate it real quick?
I think I would rate it, I'm gonna rate it a 9.5.
Wow, pretty high. I get what you're saying about Sarah the girl, and I'm thinking that the reason that they included that whole thing was just to give some contrast to the Crow not being just straight up vengeful. He had some moments like where he was like coordinating some stuff with Ernie Hudson's character, but there we could see him like be compassionate and be giving, and I think that she was like the conduit for the audience. I liked Ernie Hudson's character a lot too. I like when he plays those types of roles, these sort of smart aleck cop, you know, that gets demoted or is like demeaned, but he's really right the whole time, or he's really virtuous the whole time. You mentioned when we were watching, like being kind of confused about the whole tenant thing, and I do think it gets a little convoluted there. It seems inconsequential to the actual point, trying to get revenge on those guys who, like, whether they were evicting them or whether they were just some random thugs, it doesn't really change that they like went in there and like raped her and murdered both of them. But I think that they wanted like a main boss, like a baddie that was over them. And I think that's why that whole tenant thing or like evicting everybody thing came to be. So whether he was that or whether he was just like some Kingpin-like character, it didn't really matter. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess there was that, you know, when we were watching. I think that's my only real gripe about the movie as a whole, because it's pretty straightforward, like revenge thing, coming back from the dead, and then we get a little mixed up with the girl, the sister, but who's my father's daughter, we're stepsip, but I didn't really care for all that. It didn't add anything, and it just made it kind of weirder, but not like in the good way, the Crow way, but just in like why is this really relevant kind of way. For me, I'd give this movie a solid 9. I think this has a high rewatchability. Anything outside of that with the Kingpin guy, would be nitpicky type of things, but that's the only thing structurally storyline wise I really didn't care for.
It also heavily reminds me of the Punisher. All these guys are in black. I don't know who came first, but I loved how little bits of these characters that I'm aware of now and their stories are kind of also showing up in The Crow. So that's a lot of fun.
And I could definitely see why people would say that Heath Ledger's Joker was based on this, or that Batman, or maybe they took elements from Batman, or they were highlighted in the later Batman films. I don't know to what extent that that's true, if it's true at all, or if these are just happy coincidences, or they really did take stuff. But I mean, even like the Crow disappearing, and he's like, oh, he does that a lot. I was like, well, that's straight out of Batman. Architecturally reminded me of Tim Burton's Batman. Whole scene where the Crow walks in and there's like all the bad guys there, and he's going after Skank, you know, and he's like, I just want him. That whole scene, very similar in style to the Dark Knight scene where Heath Ledger comes in, he's like, ooh, he, ha, let's not blow things out of proportion, you know, that whole thing. That whole scene, there were a lot of similarities there too. So, I don't know, if you guys know of any actual like primary sources that like Christopher Nolan or somebody talks about that, I would love to see that. But anyway, 9 from me, 9.5 from Jen, but of course these are just some of our thoughts. We'd love to know what you guys think of The Crow down in the comments below, so leave us a comment down there, we'll check those out. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a like, it helps the channel out a lot. Again, make sure you check out Patreon. You can watch videos like this one early and ad-free until it's posted, and you can watch the full-length reaction of The Crow with us over there. You'll just need your own copy to sync up with us. Again, we watch this one on Paramount Plus. You can stream it, or if you have it on Blu-ray or something, you can watch along too. But for now, that is it. Jen and I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video, everyone. Take care.